welcome to DreamWeaver and Chill, and thanks for chilling with me. Today, I have the leader of the Big Brain Society, EmperorSon himself. How are you, sir?
Hey, good. Thank you. Thank you very much for your invitation, and I really like to, and I really enjoy to be here with you today.
I'm super excited to do this. Your videos always made me want to do better. From looking at the special effects to the subjects, I don't know what to say, but I was moved by some of your stuff, and I hope that some people are moved by mine. But what server are you on?
I think it's 137.
137, but it's an EU server.
It is an EU server, yes.
I was on one for a while, but the lag was horrible on mine. I tried to move over and just play around with some different servers. Not fun for me.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's a problem when you try to reach one of those servers which are on the other side of the world, and yeah. Well, okay, maybe you can mine, maybe you can open chests because you can wait for that. But any PvP or PvE is becoming crazy.
It was unbearable. So
yeah.
And I was invited to go there. I was like, oh, come here, and I was on the number 1 alliance. Like they said, oh, this is great. It's no fun. It's no fun. So 137, and what alliance are you in right now?
So the alliance is called EXA, and again, while I'm a commander there, I just don't remember what EXA stands for, what the shortcut stands for, and it's completely me, and I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm always bad with numbers and remembering what shortcut stands for, but it has something to do with Latin language, and that's aside from Star Trek. Actually, that's that's citing apart from Star Trek Academy, something related to that. But I would need to open Discord to be able to check exactly.
No problems. At least we just wanted to give them a shout out. At least.
Yeah, it's a really awesome alliance, and I think that this alliance is one of the reasons that I'm still playing the game. And I don't know if you feel this kind of relationship with colleagues from your alliance, but we do have some Discord servers or even like a Discord groups of friends where we just went from level of members of the same alliance into the level where you actually have friends there. When you struggle with things, you can talk with them, you can count on them, they can help you, you can help them, and it's not just in the game, it's more also from real life situations. That's really one of the coolest parts of this game, this kind of society you create, this kind of relationship you create with those people who you are playing the game every day.
That's probably the only reason I'm still here. It's not the lag in territories, it's not the not giving me credit for events. It's not for cloak. It's not for the cloak not working, which I paid for. It's not cool, Scopely, but it's And I interviewed my admiral on here as well, and he's from New York, so that New York accent. Like he's like, it was awesome to put a voice with a face, and just. It was really cool.
I have to see that episode because I don't think I've seen that. I've seen a few of those episodes you created recently, but I don't think I've seen that. I need to search more careful for your channel.
Yeah,
do you remember? Or maybe you can share his nickname. It's going to be easier to find it.
It's U.S. Army Sergeant. That's the
okay.
And I'm
gonna definitely check it.
There's a language warning on it, of course, because being from New York, they have a different style of talking. Which is, they just say the F word every other word.
That's not what we do.
No,
at least officially.
No, so I had to put banners all over it, like language warning, watch out. There's a disclaimer at the beginning of the video. But when we got going, it was hilarious.
Yeah, not made for kids.
Definitely. No, I definitely have to click that button. And it might even have an 18 and older thing on it. I might have taken that off, but a few of them might have left. So, so let me ask you, when did you start playing Star Trek Fleet Command?
So I think it was really short after the beta version was finished, or alpha version, like one of the first servers that was released. So it's over 4 years ago, I think.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Already. I think it's 4 years already. 3 or 4 years. I remember it was around December, somewhere between just before Christmas, when I just got ad at my phone, I guess, or somewhere in the iOS App Store. And I said, well, that's nice, because like one thing is I love Star Trek movies. I love Star Trek series. Maybe not that much as a Marvel Cinematic Universe, but still. And I said, well, let's try that game. And it's 4 years of my life playing this game.
Same here. The oldest screenshot I have is December 4th, but I know I had it because I was like a level 14 at that time, which actually took a long time back then. Now you can be a 14 in a week.
I think you can be 14 within a day
or less. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I need to create a new account and see how long it takes. But it's very fast.
Especially if you join the old servers. If you are joining those new servers, I think it will take you a bit longer because there is some sort of balance set. But if you join one of the old servers, it's like I think I was able to get one of my, I would say, fake accounts to level 15 within 1 or 2 days, and that was not many hours put it into.
I had one that like I said, I would move it to different. I have to get a new email every time, but I would move it to a different server. I got tired of it. I let people think that I have all kinds of fake accounts. It's more fun that way, and it's easier to work with it. They're like, "Is that guy a fake Dreamweaver? Is that guy a fake Dreamweaver?" Probably not. But it's more fun.
I did a prank, and I will right now say it. I did a prank on our server, and I created a RevDeuce account on our server. I also faked Discord user and put it the same picture, avatar, and put it the same description. I joined the same servers as he was. So when I was invited to one of the alliances I wanted to join, they would say, well, are you real RevDeuce? And they believe that I am the guy.
That's basically Scarporan level 50. I did a prank for a year.
That was a lot of fun. I had so much, smile on my face, saying you can steal somebody's identity that easy.
No, you know what you're doing? You're giving them free press. Like nobody really thought about Scarporan level 50 until Scarporan level 50 just went through the roof and was interviewed. I was interviewed as Scarporan level 50. The name is different. It's obvious. If you read it, it's different. But people would say, you're such a jerk. I can't believe you spend so much money on this game and you're level 50. And I was like, this is a part. This is just a skit. And RevDeuce, when I introduced one of Rev's videos, people are like, oh, is this that jerk who spends money? And I'm like, he even said, look, it's just a part he plays, guys. It's not... So
yeah, but I think that joke was also that joke was awesome. I mean, the series of the videos you made around that topic, that was like that was hilarious.
I don't think I could do it like that again. It was there's so many, and there's some dumb ones too. There's some really bad ones, but there's one where it was like a Batman scene where I was the Batman and the Joker. But it was horrible. I hate it. People keep telling me that's funny, and I'm like, no, that's horrible. Like,
but I mean, that was one of the different things. Okay, you could watch different content creators around Star Trek, right? And everything was like a more or less concrete on the topic, educational, and your videos were just for fun, and that was something that made you stand out of everyone else, right? And this creation, this Scarporan you created, of course, based on the actual guy who I think is he from your server?
Yeah, he's the strongest guy on my server.
Yeah, probably level 60 bro right now.
He's a level 59 bro.
59.
For some reason, he's holding back. Mm-hmm. We'll see.
But yeah.
I don't know why. Maybe 60's broken. But there's a lot.
I have no idea.
If you think things are broken where we're at, it's there's definitely broken stuff up there.
I'm hard stuck level 49.
Oh,
and I'm
well.
hard stuck for 1 year or longer. And it's...
I just got to 39. So
right now it's a good level.
I'm staying
it's a good
here
level to be...
forever. For a long, long time.
Yep. Yeah, it's a really good level to level up your ships. It's a good level to progress there. It's a good level if you stay longer for winning Wii events if you want. That was a really good moment. And I remember it back in those days. That was the max you could reach. I think, right? 39 or 40 was the
a long time ago. Yeah, 39 was the max, and all those guys were 39. I've just been creeping up, and now that you can get Latinum so easily, I mean, they just give you Latinum basically.
That's true. In the events, in a refinery, I mean, that's not a problem, especially if you can spend it, because not on everything you can spend it. Sadly.
Oh, I like to speed things up. That's my.
Wait a bit. Few levels up. I know you will sit on the 39 for a while, but few levels up, the speed ups won't be any problem.
No,
also, it's like you just have tons of them, and you can speed everything up.
Well, everything in my base that's 39 basically no longer takes materials. It's all resources, and that's awesome. Except now I need this terrible amount of par steel. It's insane. I'm sure it gets worse. I'm sure much worse.
Well, when you're gonna get to 40, it's gonna get worse. But you're also gonna get more from events, from rewards, from packs. If you decide to buy one every now and then, you just get much more of those materials. But just stay there, collect as much as you can crystal, gas, and ore, because you're gonna need it later on to scrap your ships and get parts for the bigger ships. And that's one of the good things to have, to stockpile them. Like at least I think at least uncommons are actually required later on to just scrap ships.
Well, I have 4 Mayflowers, and I'm leveling them up, and one is a hijack, so I have 3 Mayflowers.
That's good. Build a set of them, because at some point you will want to have a Pilum, I guess.
I'm sure. Yeah.
For now, I think that's the best 4-star ship, and you're gonna scrap all of those. Either Mayflowers are for the interceptors, but you
or for gas. They're for gas. So
what
is it?
For
the
gas,
the D3.
Also...
The D3 is the crystal. What is it? The Legionary? Is it the Legionary? I don't remember those ships. I have a couple of Legionaries.
Give me a second. I also have to look at Saladin. Saladin is also a good ship to build, to scrap them later on.
I'm far away from being able to scrap a Saladin.
Yeah, but if you have materials and you can max them during events, get the points and put them, to the stack and wait for the time when you're going to be able to scrap it, you will benefit. You will benefit a lot from scrapping those ships.
My Saladin I used for a swarm for the longest time when my Franklin was a baby. And then Franklin A came along, and my life is so much easier. I love that ship.
I also, if I remember correctly, it was really good to do base cracking. It has this punch with one of the first shots.
It's like the 4th shot is like a mega shot, and it's if you can win the battle in 5 turns, you're gonna do fine. But if it goes past that, like an Enterprise would just keep going and going and going annoyingly. Well, let me ask you, what is your personal code of ethics in the game? What do you play for?
That's a good question. I think I play for my alliance, to support them, to help them, to help other people to grow, to get more resources. So like running armadas and inviting those people who are just on the edge to be able to complete them and to get resources. But also supporting the team in alliance events, killing reds, which is most boring things in the game, or mining, which is the second most boring thing in the game. I think I play for my alliance, and I play for the people who are there.
You are not alone. That's a very popular answer. I think that's why we're still playing. Because if it was I play for Power Destroyed, you may not be here very long.
I don't even look at those stats like a power destroy, power, or like a resources rated. No, that's not me. That's yeah.
My alliance is all we care about is resources rated. The top 3 guys in my alliance. And there's only 15 in my baby alliance. But all we do is raid. That's all we do. And we're number 8. I think we just got number 8 on the resources rated chart. So that's all we care about. Anything else, and I'm a terrible raider. I don't raid very much. If I happen to see billions there, maybe I'll try, but I don't go hunting.
I think raiding currently, if you are lucky to have amalgam, this crazy ship created from parts of different ones, if you are able to get one, that's a good thing. Especially if you are a low level player, but you have some bigger numbers in your alliance that can help crack those whales base, so to say. Then you can just build up your stockpile of bar steel, tritanium, and dilithium, right?
Yeah. You remember. You started early when you had to crack a base continually. Every miner took a hit when you did it.
But I also remember the times when you could use Horizon to crack a base.
Yes.
That's not here anymore.
Not now.
I remember those times when you were like just going through scrapyards from base to base that you already knew that they are dead, and just a bit of resources here, a bit of resources there. Yeah, it's not like that anymore. And I mean,
I used to do that. I thought it was only me. I never said anything. I would just go around to dead bases and level 1 systems and just, This is a very peaceful way to raid. Nobody's upset. Nobody cares. Oh,
Exactly.
It wasn't just me. So are you a big PvP player or are you no? Okay.
No, I'm a really peaceful player, I think, and on my server people know that I'm a peaceful player. Sometimes I like to do some stupid tricks or, get into troubles with people, but in most cases I'm really, really not a PvP type of person. Of course, if there are some PvP events, I like to, try different crews, try different ships, see what works good, what works bad. But normally, I'm a miner. I mean, I mine a lot in this game. I do a lot of armadas, and basically that's what the game is all about. And of course, everyday dailies, but yeah.
Dailies for me. Yeah, I mine a lot. I mined early on, and I missed a lot of the 5-minute window for raiding. I caught that close to the end, and I was like, oh, and then it changed, and I was like, I really messed up. Like, I really missed out.
Yeah, especially if your ships are spread over the galaxy and you have to recall them or destroy them and bring them back and move your base. I mean, I do raid sometimes some bases, especially with my alliance, or sometimes find something, crack it, and just leave it for other people to enjoy and to get resources. I mean, at the level I am currently, there's no problem with bar steel, tritanium, and dilithium.
Yeah.
There is a big lack of crystal gas and actually crystal and ore for pumps and for guns on the base and for ship docks. So that's a big problem, and that's one of the reasons I'm hard stuck level 49.
So you have 6 docks right now?
I do have 7.
7 docks. Okay.
I do have 7. I used that opportunity to get the 7th one, but that also makes me the winner in most of the Monday Latin minings, even Latin mining events.
Yeah, that's a lot of miners.
Yeah, 6 miners are, and it's also nice that most alliances on our server are allowing in a deep space to mine without being hit. There are a few guys who don't like that rule, and I would count them maybe on my hands, only one hand. Maybe there are 2 or 3 of them. The rest would like to mine as long as they can if there is no lackage of mining nodes. So as long as you can get to the systems where there is plenty of nodes and everybody can mine, nobody sees the value in shooting other people's down. Everybody benefits from that. So that also means that mining Mondays usually means like a day or two of pre-mining. So 6 ships on the 5-star nodes, just mining slowly there. Yeah.
Well, it's good that the 41 miners, I'm looking forward to that. That'll be my next stopping point. Just because they look so cool. Like, what is it, the Bachor? The Bachor and the Hydra. Those look cool. There's another one.
Yeah, they look cool, but give some love to your 3-star miners, because you will be using them. I mean, you will get your discovery a bit up when you're going to go higher, and you will be, warping them into those higher level systems to mine 4-star in those higher level systems. And it's those are really good. I mean, I use all 3 of mine 3-star miners and 3 of my 4-star miners all the time.
I love the discovery.
And some 3-star miners are faster than 4-star miners, so
those,
I still benefit a lot of them.
The 4-stars are made for 4-star mining specifically, right?
Yes, they are, but their speed is not that much faster than 3-star.
Really, that's amazing.
Okay, maybe when you're gonna get tier 8, tier 9, yes, there is a big kick. But to get to the tier 8 and tier 9, you have to spend there's just the materials, the pay bill for that is just huge.
And where are you going to use those?
And you also need materials for your base, right? And you have to make a decision. Should I make my miners up, my ships, other ships, battleships up if you are PvP, or should you invest in your base? So, yeah.
Well, I wasted a lot of resources on the Intrepid. So I learned that lesson. But I still use it for grinding. It's excellent for hostiles. I love it, but people made fun of me. They're like, "No, why did you do that? You have 4 Mayflowers. Why are you getting an Intrepid too?" Like, it's just because I'm weird. But I had those 4 Mayflowers like 2 years ago. Like, I just never. And people were like, "You're dumb for doing that." And I was like, "Well, I just like the ship. It looks like the Reliant from Wrath of Khan to me. It's missing some parts, but yeah."
And the Mayflowers will go to Scrapyard either to support your Black Jelly, right? Because you're gonna need those materials, or any 4-star ship. Because actually, going into Black Jelly it's okay, but there are better options to take. Like for example, speeding up the first 4-star ship without going even into Black Jelly.
Well, I have one blueprint for the Black Jelly. So I'm almost going to go for it.
One blueprint left.
No, the opposite.
No, you have one.
I have one, and I have no idea where I got it. Maybe from an epic chest or something. Maybe it's the only thing I can think of where I would get one. I don't know.
Armada packs, or not Armada packs? Armada rewards, maybe 3-star Armada rewards.
Yeah, it would have to be. I don't know where else I would get it. But I'm happy that I have it. It's, I just got the Enterprise at...
It's something for start.
Well, I got the Enterprise at level 38.
Nice.
I just ran around with the Intrepid and Sally. So you're not
Enterprise is something you're going to be using a lot. And
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it in Armadas. I got the, what is his name? The Epic Worf. And I throw him on there with some morale, and I put Khan over here, and that's a nice combo. I haven't seen it anywhere else, and I don't make crew videos, so I don't share it. But yeah.
There is a nice trick about Enterprise that I'm planning to release sooner or later, because I already have the video. I just need to cut it and create that one, because the Enterprise, if you max it, you can find really nice usage of it later on in the game.
Yeah, I'm just over 2 million.
Something coming.
I think I'm tier 2, maybe. Oh, just 2.2. I like it just because it's the Enterprise.
It is.
Yeah, that was the reason I played this game.
You of course have to put Spock on it, right? You have to put Spock on it.
It put both Spocks. Put TOS and regular Spock and just do it. As long as you have morale, everybody's happy. Well, let me ask you this. This is about content creation. What got you into making the Big Brain Society videos? I love that. I love that term, Big Brain Society.
So I guess There are a few things. One thing is a bit related with the idea that I had, that I wanted to start doing some YouTube videos about the things that I do on my everyday job. So I'm working as a Scrum Master, Agile Coach. If it means anything to you, for the people from IT, it might mean something. And I wanted to start my channel around this topic. But I needed the playground. I needed somewhere, some idea, some place to start.
Oops.
Oh, hello, Kitty.
Yeah, we have a visitor.
You have your... Yeah. So that was the idea, to have a playground. And I was playing the game and I was saying, okay, I have some ideas. I have some ideas I can share with other people. Maybe I can practice content creation with the game. So that's how I started. In the beginning, yeah, if you look at my first videos, it was just like some sort of webcam, really microphone from the headphones, and that was enough to start doing that. I was also under big impression of PewDiePie and all those ethics he was doing on his videos, and that's I think also this big brain was kind of a joke that colleagues from my work were using when you were coming with a I don't know say brilliant idea, but kind of different idea that everybody else was trying to come with. And I just connected all those dots together, and yeah, this is how the Big Brain Society was created.
I love it. Well, you can do it right now. If somebody wants to join the Big Brain Society, here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch, but the problem is that I cannot do it live. I mean, okay, I can do the pitch live.
I'm audio. I'm an audio world, so you can do it.
If you are not there on my channel, and you're not part of the Big Brain Society, this is the moment. There probably is going to be the link under this video, to my YouTube channel. Go there, check some videos, and click the link and join the Big Brain Society.
And also, do not look at my early videos. Please, I beg you. They're up. Don't do it. If you want, if you think my newer ones are dumb. Oh, I had a good cast. I had my grandfather, my grandmother, my mother, my best friend. I had great actors at one time. Most of them are now passed. So that's my link to... there were some Star Wars videos, but yeah. Well, actually, do look at them, because it'll show you how great my new ones are. If you can see how I progressed, the evolution.
No. If you want to check your videos, you have to start from the old ones. You just have to start from the old ones, because this is where you were born. This is where you were created. You started your content creation. This is where all the you being famous. This is exactly where it started. This is the root.
Now let me tell you where I started. I was working at a real estate agency where we sold new homes primarily, and I was new to the company. And I walked into our main office one day. I was probably there 4 months to make copies of contracts or whatever. And someone told me, hey, come over here. I want you to help me with something. I said, okay. And it was the IT guys. They were in charge of this video. They did a video for the whole country. Every office. And it was an office parody. And they said, well, the guy who was going to do this didn't show up. Would you be willing to just play this part? And I said, well, I don't know any of the lines. I don't know anything. He says, yeah, it's fine. Just be you. And so I pretended to be kind of like a Dwight kind of guy, an arrogant salesperson. And I took this one new hire. I guess he was newer than me. He wasn't newer than me. He was actually the loan agent. But after watching that, I thought, my goodness, this is awesome. And I'm terrible. So I got that program. I asked them, what program are you using? And I think it was Pinnacle at the time, if you remember that program. Awesome. I think in 05, 06, they changed the software up a little bit. They sold it. But back in that day, I started making videos, and I could only do 2-minute videos, my first videos. So not being very sophisticated, if I wanted that thumbnail to be the screen that I wanted, I had to extend the intro. So the videos have like 2-minute, like a minute and a half long intros, and then 30 seconds of me jumping around being stupid. Now, I guess I could have done a little piece, but again, it was my first videos, and my wife likes to make fun of me and saying, "Your old videos, they're all intro and no Nothing else. It's just all intro.
When you are telling this story, it's actually the first video of me being the part of like being actor or content creator or like a part of the video. It is much older than the one that I have on YouTube. It was not completely made by me, but it was also I was working for a really nice company, and we had those team creating a particular product there, and we said we will create an advertising video about us at work. And it's more or less exactly
like
the same how we started, right? And we just, a bunch of guys brought some I don't know, cameras there, like phones, some audio recording equipment. We even got some like a lighting stuff in a really good room where there was a lot of direct light from windows. And that was brilliant. We had so much fun, recording some interviews, recording how we play football, recording how we make a coffee and drink coffee, and just stupid office things. So when you told your story, I think that was the first video I was participating in and also helping to create.
I wish I could put that up. I have it on DVD somewhere, but there's so many people that. There's like 50 people in it that I would have to say, hey, are you okay with me putting this up?
That's true.
It's not worth it. Maybe my pieces.
Mm.
Well, I guess I was going to ask you about hate mail, but you don't hit anybody usually, right? So you don't get a lot of hate mail.
Nope. No, I'm a peaceful guy. No hate mails. No love mails. Nothing like that. At least in the game. Nothing on the Discord also. I guess, yeah. Not everybody likes me, but it's also not that, there are a lot of people who hate me and, just spam my inbox with some hate things.
I was told today that I have a hate club. I have people who have banded together that they do not like me on my server.
Are you hitting a lot of PvP?
No, I'm
okay.
It's just a hate club. I don't know. I'm kind of a smart aleck on Galaxy Chat. I like to annoy people and cause problems, so that's primarily where it comes from.
So my alliance told me stay away from Galaxy Chat, and I'm just not posting anything there.
Yeah, that's
it makes life a bit easier when I'm not just chatting on the Galaxy Chat. Besides few situations where I actually had some nice coordinates to share for everybody else to raid somebody. Yeah, I'm keeping away from that place. It's much easier and much safer when I stick to Alliance chat only.
Yeah, it's they should have like an Admiral chat where admirals can just talk, work it out, and just leave it alone. We
do have it on Discord. We do have it on 137. We do have this kind of admirals Discord channel or server for admirals on our server.
That's smart.
I think all of them are there.
Yeah, that's very smart. Most of the time, I just annoy people by posting links to my YouTube channel.
I have to start doing that because I'm not advertising. I'm advertising, of course, on the Discord servers, on my alliance and friendly alliances that we cooperate with. But I don't do it in game, to be honest.
Well, let me tell you, proceed with caution, because I have been reminded that posting links to external websites is against the terms of service. This is a member of the hate club. But but I have a much bigger fan club. So for every hater, I have 4 people who are like, I want to have an interview, or I love you, and Scarporn level 50, hey bro, that kind of stuff.
And that's awesome. People reaching to you when you don't release the content for a few days or something, or just out of the sudden somebody saying, hey, nice to see your video. I really enjoy what you're doing. That's awesome. That's awesome. One of those things where you just do. I don't do my content to people to say thanks. I do that content to help some people to play this game better. Maybe not spend money on that, or like trying to figure out how to go through the levels without wasting a lot of money. And that's it. And when you hear those words of people saying thanks for what you did, that's just the topping of the cake.
I love it. And the things I'm doing now, it's just to get to know you. Like, and everybody, I think people will like you more. Or they might not like you more. Who knows, but I'll know you, at least.
Well, I think the crazy thing is when we started talking, it was like we already know each other for years, right? There was no no wall between us. We just started chatting about different topics, and that's really interesting.
I think that we are probably very similar. Obviously, our video path was started the same way. Our motivations are probably very similar. Our real lives take up too much time for our videos as well. But yeah, I always thank the people, like right now. Thanks for being on, you know? I mean, because without you, it's just me yelling, Scar Porn level 50, bro. And I don't want to do that anymore. But you, what is the ROE like on your server?
Okay, good question. So basically, most of the alliances are following no loot, don't shoot. So until you are overprotected, just don't take anything out of the nodes. If there is a zero node, you have to give 2 minutes warning. That's the second thing. In most cases, if you're raiding bases, other alliances should not fight with you and should not steal those raids, except that there are a few exceptions of alliances that just not like each other. And I'm really delicate saying that. To be honest, they just hate each other. I mean, I sometimes wonder, how can you hate people you just never met? I mean, those are just people on the game. It should be fun, and they just hate each other in so much passion. I mean, including some threats of finding you in your real life and threatening you. So there are this kind of things, but except those small exceptions, there are just few on our server. Most are really, I would say, friendly, nicely, and I think mostly our server is just aiming at grow of everybody and allowing everybody to just slowly grow according to the time you can spend in the game. The resources we can put out in terms of time, sometimes money.
I think mine's very similar, except for the 2-minute warning. There's no warnings necessary. Some people get 5-minute warnings, and that's nice. I'm not one. If you're OPC, I'm taking it if I need it. I'm not going to hit you for 500 crystal, but if you're at 60,000 concentrated latinum, I'm taking that because I love that.
It is tempting.
And I usually say something nice. My admiral will tell them thanks for the donation. I don't hit certain people at all. Like there's an alliance called, I think they're called PIF X now, but they were called PIF, P-I-F, Pay It Forward. A nice thought. I've never hit one of them in all of these years, and I won't. I won't hit one. If they change tags, maybe I'll hit that guy, but I don't.
I'm doing the same. Even like when there are those Latinum Mondays where you can get some additional points by stealing some Latinum cargo, I just don't do that. One thing is I know that it's kind of safe for me because if I don't attack other people, they won't attack me. And I can leave some miners in the deep space and get some more resources for the future. That's one thing. But also sometimes, I just pass through some systems and checking if, for example, for scouts to get some of those exchange tokens. And I'm just seeing somebody with 60,000 or even more Latinium over protected. I'm just saying that's tempting. That's
temptation.
Temptation. There is a temptation, but I would just move away. That's your thing. If you want to give it to somebody else, that's okay. I mean, why to make people's life harder? It's just a game. It's for fun.
Some people get upset when I hit their base, and then I don't take anything else. I just hit once, and I'm testing a crew. Like I'll say, oh, this guy's got all of his ships in. Let's test this, and then they'll come back and say like, oh, you couldn't kill my base, and I'm like, oh, hey, sorry, I forgot to send you a message. I'm just testing this crew. That's why I didn't come back. I just do that.
How is your territory space? That's
Hey, I was about to ask you that. That's the next question. It is literally the next question. I am not in territory space.
Okay.
We have 15 members, and we've had offers to be. We have multiple coalitions on the server where all these people have banded together, and we've chosen to just. There's only 15, and 10 of us are hardcore. The other 5 are just there to mine. They don't need to be in a territory capture situation where a level 59 can hit a 29. So we've chosen not to do it. I've been there before when I was with a prior alliance, and we had the first mega territory spot, all 5 spots or whatever it was, and all the crystals and all the Surax particles. But now it's kind of, it's like starting a car company now to get into territory space without help. It's just ask Elon Musk how easy it is to start a car company. It's not. There are a lot of gatekeepers, and we don't, I go in there and like I mentioned, I like OPC. There's a lot of, all of my 4-star materials, I have a bunch.
Coming from there.
You come from there. And if you're going to fall asleep and have, 120,000 on your ship, it's like, I'm going to take that. It's not even that temptation level's a lot lower for me, I think. OPC, I hit you. Well, what do you think about territory space?
So we do have 5 territories on the south of the territory. So around Or and of course also those 4 particles. I think there are 4 particles. Those 4 particles, but history is, I think, kind of interesting because we went through server merge like a year ago, year-ish, something around there. And after that, there were those 2 collisions, one from our old server and one from the server which we joined, because I was from the server that, so to say, lost the fight, and we joined the other server. And that was, I remember that when the territory space was reset, because after server merge, you get the territory reset and the fight starts over. Because our alliance was, I don't want to say at war, but was not in a friendly relationship with another alliance from our server. The second alliance, we wanted to get the best spot. Of course, we were one of the top 3 alliances on our old server. We wanted to fight for the best spot, but this other alliance, which was also one of the top 3, joined the other side. So they simply erased us from those really nice spots, and then things were happening around. We started to fight for other territories. But it was a year ago, and since then a lot of things has changed. I think we were able to set up some sort of balance in the territory. There are not many changes. The big alliance who have more territories captured, they are just giving those territories to smaller alliances if they want to just mine a little bit of those ISOs, right?
Yeah.
So we are renting our territories. Other alliances are also doing that, which is, I think, really awesome, because not everybody can obviously get there. But sometimes, even if you have a small alliance and the bigger alliance can help you get that territory for a few weeks and just stockpile your resources and give it back or give it to somebody else, which is really nice. I kind of miss that part of time when we were fighting for those territories, because that was the part of the PvP which was actually fun. It was not like a PvP, you just shoot other people's ships and you just don't get anything for that except a few points in the leaderboard, which doesn't mean anything. But you could actually have some tactics. You could create a war plan. You could say, okay, we're gonna be attacking this system, and when we losing this one, we're gonna jump to the other, and all this action where you could just actually spend some time before with your fellow colleagues from your alliance and figuring out how to do that, analyzing how other alliances are conquering, how they are fighting, what they are doing. Are they, for example, I don't think it works right now, but there was a 200 ships limit in the system, or 250 ships limit. So there were those alliances which were filling those systems hours and hours before to hit this ship's limit in the system, and you just could not enter there. There were, of course, some, I would say, I don't want to say hacks, because there were not hacks, but there were ways to cheat it. Like, for example, we were pathing to another system and then pushing stop, and your ship was landing in one of those systems. So there were ways, of course, to overcome any strategy, but that was fun. That was part of the game. That was fun. The only downside was that I think we were fighting for those territories for a month or 2, every single week, where people were trying to take those territories from us. We were trying to conquer other territories. And at some point, because if you want to have 4 or 5 territories, you just get 5 times a week, a moment in time where most of your alliance members needs to be online. And I think it became really heavy for people. And I'm really glad that we kind of balanced this a bit, because people just, it's not that you can join the activities every time you are at work, you have your families, you have your real life, so it's not always that everybody can join. That was exhausting, but I kind of miss. I think if Scopely would create something that does not require that attendance every week, but can create this kind of PvP arena where you can conquer something, capture the flag type of things, that would be really cool. Yeah. And then you can make a decision. I want to fight this week, but maybe I don't want to fight the next 2 weeks because we want to give everybody in the alliance just time to chill.
Yeah, and you don't have to show up every time.
Yeah, with the territory captures, you had to show up every time, because if not, you will get bigger number from somebody else.
We tried that. That original alliance I was in, we packed with our other coalition members that system, and then we didn't know how they did it at first, but they figured it out, that little trick. And one big, very powerful ship got in, and the minute he got in, he started just killing people, and then they started popping in, and it was like Cylons appearing, like, oh no. And then it was just a massacre. It was like, here we are, all sitting ducks with our little ships. I don't miss that stuff, but it's nice. It's nice for crew testing. I love that part of it.
Yep. Crew testing, finding a way to, I don't know, maybe have 4 or 5 ships, maybe use one as a decoy, or like maybe stop somebody with Relta and then hit another target with your bigger ships, because before it's getting hit by something that can, overpower you. And of course, this beautiful ship, which name I don't remember, which was used to the glass cannon ship, which was used to sit on the nodes when it was getting
the sarcophagus.
Sarcophagus, yeah, that one. That was also nice. It was so. I think it has a cloaking right now.
You can cloak it. You can get it. Yeah,
you can cloak it right now.
I don't have it yet.
On those servers which are still PvPing around territories, that can be interesting.
I send it to memorials now. If someone's family member, if we're having a memorial, I send the ship of the dead there as a What is? It's no good for me. I don't have territory. I guess I could go disrupt a territory fight, but. Yeah. Well, you brought up something very interesting, and I really want to hear about it. Server mergers. You've been through a server merger. What is that like exactly on day one? What happens? Do you remember?
So I think it was not stated officially on the official Scopely Discord, but I think that. They said that because it was in a time when the server merges was not happening really often. It was like once every few months. So I think they mentioned that there's going to be new server merge, and I don't think exactly how it happened that we realized that we are part of one of those servers. But I think the first contact was made via official server, and then we just started alliance. We had one server for all alliances on our server. The other server had the same thing for them. We just started visiting there, trying to get some contacts, trying to get some, I would say, friends on the other side. I remember it was really misleading, especially for our alliance. We wanted to mate with an alliance on the other side that was looking like something like us. We knew that they are at war with other alliances. And at the end, after server merge, when we join and we start seeing what's happening, you can advertise a lot of things before you see it in front of your face. So we discovered, I think, in a hard way that you should not believe in everything you hear. But we were also not that kind of alliance who was just jumping to the servers to the Discord servers from the other server and advertising how good we are, how funny we are, how entertaining we are. Just be our friends, join our coalitions, things like that. We were just quiet ones. I mean, our admiral started chit chat with other admirals, and I think we are this kind of peaceful one of the 3 biggest alliances on our server, but really peaceful one and not that entertaining one.
We're not very entertaining.
More like family. Yeah. I think more like family one.
Top 3 is a good place to be. It's, you don't have anything to prove at the top, but you're still winning a lot of events. You're doing really well. That's true. Yeah. I miss those.
That's true.
I think we're number 38 in power. We have 15 players, but that's not too bad. We have some good guys there. So would you say that it was a good thing for your server? Was your server dying, do you feel?
I think it was dying. It had good and bad sides. The good sides was that there was no lack of resources. Yeah. You could mine whatever you wanted. There were free nodes everywhere. But on the other hand side, if you wanted to raid some players, if you had some other alliances who were friendly, who you had some sort of coalition, you had a limited amount of people who you could hunt for. So the good side was that we just, after a merge, we just doubled the amount, I guess, of active players on the server. But I think even after that, this game is slowly dying on our server. I believe that we have maybe something between 1,000 or 2,000 active players right now, which is not huge. It's enough, but people are slowly getting away from the game. I think it's like with everything. At some point, if it's becoming too hard for you to find the time to play the game, or like there are other important things in your life that you have to make a decision, you just leave the game.
Yeah,
and we lost few really high level players, like the 50 level bros that who spent a lot of money to get there, and they just stopped playing at some point of time.
So what do you do when you get up there? I mean, you're a 49. Like when you get up to level 59, what do you do? I mean, it's kind of like you rescued Zelda, and Ganon is dead. You've got your sword. You just put it up.
That's more or less what it is. Okay, you can get to the higher level systems. You can get some new missions, which of course, if you like to read the content of the missions and you like to go through them, it's something entertaining for some people. For some, it's just click, go, move forward.
That's me.
You can get better ships. You can get, and it's also me. Like I usually, when the arcs are released, I usually look at the ending missions, because sometimes you can get some spoilers for the next event or like for the next arc. But usually it's more like a click, go through it. And you get some new ships, so you have some goals to get there. But definitely it's like a never-ending game. I mean,
you can't.
When we're gonna reach 40, 50, 60 level, there's gonna be already 20 levels ahead of us to continue the game.
Someone who could have bought a house with that money.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not there.
Yes.
I'm nowhere near that. I've spent some money on the game, probably more than I'm comfortable with, but not anymore. I've slowed down. $20 a month, maybe. I think that's a battle pass. Yeah.
Right.
I'm a battle pass player. What is that? With a BPP? I'm a BPP, battle pass player.
Mm-hmm. But that's also like one of the reasons that I recently also stopped releasing videos, because I started to think, like, should I actually convince people to play this game in a form of showing them the things that they either have to spend a lot of time in the game to get, or a lot of money, right? And I started to have this doubt that, from the perspective of it's addictive. This game is addictive. And from the perspective of convincing people to play addictive game, I started to have some doubts about that.
Well, that's why I talk to people now. The people are more interesting. And it's good to know. Like, we're on the same page. Like, I would love to have, what is this new ship? There's a really battleship looking, I think it's like a level 50. It's a huge... it looks kind of like the Voyager. The Crozier? Is it the Crozier? I love the look of that, but that thing is really far away.
Yes, it is.
And it's probably not that great.
And I don't think you can imagine how far away it is.
So far, it's been, every other level has been easy and then hard. And when I went from 36... on this mission to get to 39 too quickly. So at 38, I was leveling up some really weak stuff on the outside of my ship, my base. Very weak docks and things like that. I can't imagine. It would have to be. It's crazy. Or you just have to spend some money, get some materials. I'm not mad at those guys for doing it. It's great. But I can't go that far.
But I must tell you that even with a lot of money spent on this game, I mean a lot, and I'm talking about thousands of dollars monthly. If I would start spending thousands of dollars a month on that game, I would still probably be stuck on level 49 for at least a few months. Because this is how hard it gets. It also gets really, really hard, and I hope one day it's going to be fixed, because, I mean, for now, if you want to get 4-star epic ships, I started my journey to get, let me scroll there, what is it? I wanted to get Tribune, right? The higher level Romulan ship, epic 4-star ship. And I started that journey, I think I posted on YouTube something like a year ago. And I'm trying to do everything I can to be able to get the credits and buy the blueprints. And I'm not even halfway through, after almost a year.
The credit requirements must be incredible.
It's just doing everyday dailies. I don't want to spend money to get that. And even if I would like to buy packs, it's, I think, 2,000. At some point, I counted it's like $2,000 or $3,000 to get all the blueprints, which is crazy.
Yeah,
I mean,
for a ship. Yeah.
For a ship.
You know,
in a half year you're gonna probably not use anymore, because you're gonna get 5-star ships, and it's gonna be easier to get there.
Yeah, and you may make a mistake. Maybe the Tribune's not the greatest ship ever, like the Intrepid. You know,
exactly.
I got the Enterprise. I say for free, because I did the grind all the way down to, and I was obsessed with Fed credits. I just need Fed credits, you know, everywhere, and I need to do Swarm, anything that would get me closer, or I should say Borg, not Swarm.
Borg, to get those credits every day.
Anything, and it feels really good to have earned it, because I basically bought the Sally. You know, it was like, okay, it's small enough to where a couple of packs, I can get it, and I got it, and I had, you know, whatever, 60 blueprints already, and just finished it with some officer packs like I used to buy. But yeah, it feels good to get it on your own.
I guess I think that those 3-star epic ships were the last one which I was happy to get, and it was not that crazy amount of, you know, everyday effort to get there.
Yeah. I think I'm done.
You know, the servers were growing. You were getting more and more rewards, because this is how this game was changing through the months, and that was really fun to get those ships. And I was using them, I think, till late 46 or something like that. So a lot of time I'm still sometimes using those ships for like low level armadas, or just sometimes hostile grinding. They are just awesome. But with 4-star ships, with the amount of resources to upgrade them, and the 5-star ships, I mean, it's not that fun. It's not fun anymore.
Yeah, it's not. It's supposed to be fun. It's a game. It's not supposed to be a job. And I think a lot of people, the people who get very upset with us, like saying things on Galaxy Chat or whatever, or hitting their ships, they're treating it as a job, and I can't believe that they're having fun.
Yeah,
I can't believe it. So you're in the top 3 alliances in your server. Do you have a favorite alliance other than your own? Like, if you were going to leave your alliance and go to another one, who would that be?
I would never leave my alliance.
Good answer.
That's something I must say. I would never leave. I have so many friends here that, you know, that would be... The only reason to do that would be if I would be chasing for, I don't know, maybe better rewards, or higher level players, which there are some in other alliances. But that's not what I aim for. I aim for those people who are around in the alliance that I think I'm over 2 years in the same alliance. So it's a long journey.
Very good answer, sir. Your alliance will appreciate that.
Yeah.
Now, here's the opposite question. What is your least favorite alliance?
So interesting thing is that before merge, we had that enemy, we had that other allies which we were constantly fighting with, and there are a lot of different stories related to that. But since we merge, I don't think we do have that kind of enemy. It's not just me. I think it's like everybody else in our alliance. I don't think we have that kind of enemy. Of course, there are those kind of, single players who just don't want to follow ROE, and are just like flying and destroying anything they want, and just they are trying to play. There are just a bunch of them, 3, 4, 5 maybe on our server, and they are marked as, I would say, enemies. But to be honest, I don't hear anybody even complaining about them hunting miners. They are just there. They just sometimes have the bad day and they won't just hunt anything they want. But it's not that they are this kind of enemy that you want to search them all the time, just kill their ships, destroy their bases. It's not our alliance, I think.
It's over. Yeah. That kind of war is over.
And even with that alliance that we were kind of enemies on the previous server, right now we are... they are at war with another alliance right now, but before that we were exchanging the members. We were visiting both after the merger, and it was also a lot of fun to know your ex-enemy, right?
Yeah.
What's happening there, what's happening on their Discord, how are their players. And I think I have still like a bunch of good friends from that old enemy alliance, which... every now and then we had a chance to collaborate together, do something together, or just visit each other.
So you, let me get this straight. You got to know the people, and then you became friends.
It's more or less like that, right? Yeah.
That's awesome. I need to get my server on board. So you got me on both of those questions. You got me.
Yeah. It's something. It's just a bunch of people who have similar things they like to do. They have similar taste in the movies or in the series. I mean, of course, we went through the times we were talking about, which Star Trek movie is better and things like that, these kind of geeky things. But we are way over past that, and we are just like talking about our hobbies, what we do beside the game, like how our lives are going, especially inside of this group of the people on our server or our alliance. That's really nice. Yeah, we have this like once a week. We spend 2 or 3 hours just voicing on the Discord with a bunch of people who just want to join, and it's also a lot of fun. And you can get to know other people.
I'm a Commodore in this alliance, and I'm going to start doing that more. I think we need to get in voice and hear.
And as long as you have like 2 or 3 people who can gather every week. Yeah, you set up the day and the time, and people just jump when they have time.
And it's cool to see.
I don't think we are using cameras there. I think we use cameras like once or twice. So we are just voicing. But that's also good because you can put headphones on your head, and you don't even have to have your camera on your phone. You can just chat.
Yeah, I like that now. I think I've become spoiled. I just don't worry about it. Well, if there was something that you could change about the game, what would it be?
Really good question. I would definitely love to see less bugs in the game. It's not that bad as it was back in like a year ago or 2 years ago when every release was what will be broken today. But there are still some bugs popping every now and then. I play a lot on my iPhone 6 Plus or something like 6S, something like that. And the game is just constantly crashing on that platform, and it's really bad. I think it has something to do with memory management. I'm kind of IT guy, so I know some things about it. So stability and bugs. I think beside that, there's not much more. I mean, the guys who are creating the game, they have their ideas. They have some, those arcs differ one from each other. Of course, there are repeating patterns. So every now and then you get a few arcs about mining. Every now and then you get some few arcs about PvP. Every now and then you get some arcs about PvE and things like that. But I think, knowing that they have access to all intellectual property from CBS, from all the Star Trek movies and series, there's a lot of things that's going to happen inside of the game in the future, and I'm waiting for that. I'm really interested what's going to happen in the future. But yeah, bugs and stability. That's our two main things.
I would make those missions where the story missions where you have to move your ship from point A to point B, and it's about a centimeter to complete that part. I would maybe make that a little more challenging.
A little bit more challenging.
I mean, maybe I'm thinking about it wrong. Maybe that's great that it's easy. But it's like, I came all this way to talk to this person, and him to tell me to go over to this planet, which is it's 7 seconds away. Mm-hmm. Well, that's nitpicking, I think, though.
But on the other hand side, if you read the storyline, it sometimes says, firstly you arrive in the system, you have to do some sort of scan, or you see, I don't know, the trail of something, and you start investigating it, and then it leads you to the planet, and you have to go to that planet, and then, as you said, you start talking with somebody on that planet, and maybe you need to rescue somebody, or maybe you need to fight some hostiles. So more or less, it is what it is. I think the biggest improvement that they did at some point of time with the missions was that I remember there were missions where you had to fight a particular level of reds, and when you were doing it in the system where you had your last step of the mission, the ones you had to fight were either like this higher level available or mid level. So a lot of people doing the missions, you had to fight the lower level ones to spawn the bigger ones or get to the different system. I think they fixed it, and right now the missions, when you go for this kind of mission, you get to the system where whatever you kill, you get the points. Which is, I think, good. You just don't have, you don't have to go to different system and then come back and follow up. So I think they improve it a lot.
It's much better now. They did something. I think where sometimes you can hit a certain level ship. As long as you kill 35s or 42s, you're good. It doesn't matter where. I remember fighting for ships, and people would just sit there and wait for the 39s to spawn. And there's a 38, a 37s. They're all over the place. So
true.
That used to. Well, we've come to that time where I ask the big question. It's the big question, and it's not about the game. It's about you. It's about real life. And if you died today, how would you like to be remembered?
Oh, no. To be honest, I was not prepared for that kind of question. I don't think I can answer that straight away.
It's a tough one, isn't it?
It is a tough one. It is a tough one. One thing for sure, I never thought about something like that.
I'll tell you some of the answers I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
The ones I do not like because it hurts my feelings in a way that I feel for the person is when they say, I don't want to be remembered at all.
Okay.
And then some people say, I want to be remembered as a good friend or helpful, or, in the future, maybe my grandkids or somebody would say he was a nice man. Anywhere in that range is acceptable, but it's a hard one. I don't know how.
It is a hard one.
Honestly, I don't know how I would answer it, and I ask everybody this question.
Yeah, I think after what you said, I can, the best thing I can think of is my dad, who passed away like a year and a half ago, more or less. And the really surprising thing for me was, because I met a lot of people from his work colleagues, because he was not yet on a retirement, so he was still actively working. There were a lot of his colleagues from work during the ceremony in the church, the pass away ceremony. I don't know the correct English term. And I remember that what those people were saying was that he was really helpful. Everybody could count on him. and he was always there when he was needed. And what they were also mentioning was that they will miss him because it will be really hard to find somebody who can replace him. And not only as a worker, but also as a colleague. And I think that would be something like this, right? If anybody would ever think about me when I'm gone, I think that would be something that you made some impact on the world. You made some good things for people around, and those good things are the ones that people remember you. Yeah,
I think that's the best one so far. Thanks for answering that one. I know it's kind of tough, and
it is.
I lost my dad too, so I feel your I feel your pain there.
Yeah.
But EmperorSon, thanks for chilling with me.
That was a lot of good chill. The end was kind of more like going with the level of energy a bit down, with more like.
It's okay, and I might change that question someday because my wife said, "Why do you end on such a downer?" And I'm like, it's not a downer. It's just a really hard, and it's not about the game, you know. It has to be about you. I mean, I want to be known as the guy with 4 Mayflowers, and they called him the Mayflower King, which is true. I'm the Mayflower King, but that's
How
nothing.
would you answer? How would you answer to that question then?
It's a tough one. That's tough. You know, I would because I have a wife now. And so that changes things from when I was single. It was just about family, but I would want her to say that it's really tough. That's really tough. I would want her to say that I was a good partner and that I was always there for her. Even when I wasn't, I tried my best to do what she needed. To be somebody who chose to do the right thing, even when it wasn't cool. Yeah, but I would love to be remembered. My grandfather is remembered through my videos a lot. I mean, especially by me and I have my mom watching these videos. And those videos are about, they're called Darth Vader's dad and Darth Vader's mom. And those are my grandparents, and they're both passed. So, yeah, I would like to be remembered for doing the right thing.
Yeah. Maybe one day somebody will find this podcast or this video where we were chatting about this topic, and look at us from that perspective. Because that's interesting, right? We will leave something behind us beside the memories, like memories of other people about us. We will leave something as long as the YouTube will exist. I guess our videos and what we are creating for people will remain for a while. And
that's what's different than playing the game. The game is the game, but we're content creators. And I feel a deep need inside of me to create art, or this is art to me. I mean, it may not be something you hang on the wall, but I know that the people who are on my shows now, I don't think I'll ever go back to doing the other stuff because I get such a great connection with the people that I interview. Much better than yelling at the screen.
Yeah.
It's much better.
That's really interesting. There is something. I mean, there is something under, that you don't see on the surface, like between you and me. There's something which drives us. Yeah, I think it's kind of similar thing.
And we're in similar fields too. Like I do marketing, and then I sell things too. But it's mostly marketing, and I don't do any coding. I have people for that. But it's helping solve problems, and none of my stuff is educational. My videos are, hey, look, here's number 2. Hey,
oh, another cat.
What do you want? This is our orange cat. Yes, now get out of here.
Little tiger.
He's mad now. He'll be back. Yeah, I like talking with you, man. It's been awesome. I mean, you're a real, well, excuse me. There. we're on the same wavelength, I think. And you're in Poland, right?
Yeah.
I worry about you guys, man. You know, it's touchy. Not to.
It is.
You know, that's real life, though. You know, we just gotta.
And I must say that, you see all those people who escaped, who ran away from Ukraine. You see them every day in Poland. You see them on the streets of the city. I live in the west border, not east border, and we have a lot of refugees here. Even in the flat I'm living in, there are a lot of neighbors who just run away from the war, and that's terrifying. I mean, that's something really terrible what's happening there. I also have one friend from my alliance who's still there in Ukraine. He's fighting. He's trying to survive. What's happening there is really, really horrible. And I honestly I cannot imagine how in 21st century things like that can happen. People murdering civilians, people just invading other countries, making decisions just to sacrifice human lives for I don't know what reason.
That's
scary.
I have heard no reason other than supporting breakaway republics, but just know that we are thinking of you guys. So be safe over there. I know Poland's history, and you guys are usually the first people to take the brunt.
Yeah. We were there multiple times where our country was just twice. It just disappeared from maps. It was just taken by surrounding countries. First World War, Second World War then happened, and and right now it's just our Ukrainian neighbors going through exactly the same thing. Yeah.
But cool, man. I did not want to end on a sad note, but we're talking for real here, so.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I hope your video is awesome. I know it will be. It'll be worthy of the Big Brain Society, and maybe this will get me an honorary Big Brain Society membership or shout out.
You definitely are part of that Big Brain Society. You definitely are.
Awesome. Thanks for being here, man. This is all about you guys, and I hope this video and this podcast that I do helps you get some subscribers, and I hope it rekindles that fire in you, because I need to see more Big Brain Society.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to join you and to be here with you.
Thank you.
And chill.